This is the Star Wars The Black Series from Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, Rey Dark Side Vision. And if you watched episode 9, you'll be very familiar with this version of Rey. It's like the version of Luke in Empire Strikes Back entering the Cave of Fear. In her case, the remnant or relic Death Star Cave of Fear, or Wreckage of Fear. Big thanks to my buddy Ryan of HP Collectibles. Very excited to open this one up. Let's get her out of packaging. And here is Darkside Rey out of packaging, and this figure turned out great. I'm pretty happy with this figure. I have some issues, as always. I'll be nitpicking this figure. Some issues I have with the sculpt and details of the figure, but suffice to say, in terms of aesthetics, in terms of overall silhouette, design, sculpt, this figure is amazing. I think Hasbro nailed it in getting the likeness of the dark side version of Rey as she saw herself in the remnants and ruins of the Death Star. Now, this figure, I believe, has two things going for it. One is this absolutely amazing head sculpt with the new photoreal face painting technology used on Daisy Ridley's likeness for this figure's head sculpt. And the second is this double-bladed Balisong lightsaber. Oh my goodness, that's probably the main selling point of this figure for me. Onto the details of this figure. Let's begin with this terrific Daisy Ridley photoreal face painting tech head sculpt. It's a little shiny, but it's really nice. It's really well done. Hardly anything to complain about. No imperfections, at least on the copy that I picked up. Okay, she's got this soft goods cape, which is great, but the hood and the skirt or waist cape is made of this soft PVC material, which I don't exactly know why. The hood, okay, I'll forgive that because they wanted a good sculpt. They wanted it to be draping like this and not puffing up like Kylo Ren or whatever. But this waist cape, I think they could have done a Kylo Ren type of figure with this one. I think they could have used a heavier type of cloth instead of plastic, and I think that would have turned out great. Anyway, there's nothing underneath. It's all black. Here is the lightsaber. The lightsaber is on a hinge. You can actually split them apart. She can make her hold two lightsabers. They can connect right here on a friction hinge. So yeah, it flips out. I actually thought in the movie, I don't have to rewatch that movie, but I thought the hilt was more silver than bronze. No idea why they chose this kind of sort of dark gold type of plastic, but it's fine. It turned out, it looks great. The sculpt is great. It has some fantastic details with the hilt. Some nicely painted details all around. I just wish it could have been shinier type of plastic. The blades are definitely removable, but they're pretty tight on my copy, so I'm not going to remove it. It's suffice to say it's the same kind of design that they use for most lightsabers. It's the thick type of blade that they're using for this one. I think this is now the new standard for lightsabers. She's kind of giving off that Asajj Ventress type of vibe, especially the pants, kind of a Dathomirian fashion statement coming from Rey if she joins the dark side. The neck is on a ball joint. I believe it's a dual type of ball joint. It's just a shame that this cowl is non-removable. I don't know why they super glued it. Maybe it just doesn't hold. That's how they mold, but it would have been nice if this were removable. The upper torso is a cut here on her ab crunch. It's a ball joint upper torso. Shoulders can go in and out, forward and backward, and have that really nice butterfly joint. I really like that. elbows can hinge more than 90 degrees, about 110 degrees, and swivel. Wrists can go in and out, and they do swivel. Hips can do the splits to this part, and forward and backward, a little bit hindered by this soft PVC waist cape. Thigh swivel. The knees are just on a hinge and a swivel hinge. I don't understand why. The previous Rey figures, which I'll show off later in the comparison, the Island Journey Rey and the Rise of Skywalker Rey both employ a double jointed knee joint. I don't understand why they had to revert to this. This is a step backward, and it's totally doable to have two pins right here. Don't know why they did this. And then the feet are on hinges and rocker tilts. And for some comparisons, here is Darkside Rey with the Island Journey Rey and the Rise of Skywalker Rey. And as you can clearly see here, double jointed knees. Same with this one. So I don't understand why they had to revert to that old swivel hinge type of knee. I don't know. I think they could have totally done that. In terms of head sculpt, who do you think did it best? I think the Darkside Rey has the best head sculpt for Daisy Ridley, and yeah, I think that's the best one Hasbro's done so far. We don't have the photoreal tech yet for the Last Jedi Rey, so that's why I didn't include her, and I don't have that figure anymore. I'm hoping we might get a updated version for that figure, and I really hope we do get a Rey Skywalker version of this mold with the proper lightsaber and all that, all the 3 lightsabers, and perhaps a better head sculpt. The head sculpts are great on these figures. I think they can still improve a little bit in terms of quality, but this one I think is the best. It has come a long way since this head sculpt, and I'm really pleased with what Hasbro's been doing with their figures for Rey in the Black Series. And so some final thoughts on this figure. It's a great figure. If you're a big fan of the character Rey on Star Wars, if you're a big Daisy Ridley fan, this is an absolute must-have. And the prices for this figure on the secondary and tertiary market is just ridiculous. A lot of customizers have gone to customizing this figure to a Sith Lord or a Sith Apprentice, and it's really a wonderful figure. I just wish Hasbro could have improved on those points I pointed out, particularly the maybe use soft goods for the skirt or waist cape, maybe change the articulation for the legs a little bit. But other than that, I think it's a great figure. The figure deserves a 9 out of 10 for me. I absolutely love this figure. It's going to go to my Rey collection. I really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this figure. And as always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. And if you want to help the channel out, please check out my Patreon account. There's a link in the description box below. Thanks for watching.